Unit 6. The True Face of a Favela. My Time in Rocinha. Reading.
For 2 months, I worked as a volunteer in Rocinha, Brazil's largest favela. There, I was occupied with assisting in surgeries and giving talks on dengue fever prevention. Living among over 200,000 residents in just 1.45 square kilometers, I experienced the numerous challenges they faced every day. However, I was amazed by how they remained supportive of each other and were resourceful in overcoming their difficulties. As I walked through the streets of Rocinha, I was impressed by the small concrete and brick houses standing closely together, as if to support one another. The neighborhood was not what I had imagined. In fact, it wasn't in bad condition at all. The houses were well constructed and supplied with essential services. There were also facilities such as banks, markets, and clinics nearby that made life convenient for the residents. However, the buildings were so close together that only one person could squeeze between them at a time. They looked as though they were supporting each other, and they fulfilled the residents' needs. During my first month in Rocinha, I began to notice that, like the buildings, the residents also support each other. It was clear that they faced adversity by becoming a united front. Outsiders might find it challenging to survive the tough environment here with gangs and violent crimes occasionally around. However, for Rocinha residents, it's actually these challenging experiences that bring them closer. This community bond can be seen in their shared use of combis, which are colorful buses that run on Rocinha's narrow streets. The drivers are residents who often invite neighbors heading the same way to join their ride. This gesture demonstrates their unity and care for one another and lowers individual transportation expenses. Building on this sense of unity, Rocinha's community-run tour company is an excellent example of residents working together to generate income. Against the background of Rio de Janeiro's skyscrapers, which create a scenic skyline next to sandy beaches, Rocinha is a unique tourist spot. Taking advantage of tourists' interest and curiosity, the community organizes tours of the favela which enable tourists to contribute to Rocinha's economy in return. Walking through the streets of Rocinha, I couldn't help but notice the contrast between the favela's small, crowded houses and the huge modern skyscrapers just down the hill. But what really stood out to me was how the people made the best of their situation despite the wealth gap. My 2 months in Rocinha gave me experiences that went beyond my expectations and changed my perspective. Rocinha may be a challenging and dangerous place to live, but it is also full of generous, friendly, and hardworking people. My experience taught me that I was wrong about favelas. Now that I am no longer in Rocinha, I want to help other people understand and overcome their stereotypes of favelas.